sadness. That's anger.
What?
This is disgust. And that's fear. We're Riley's emotions.
Hi, Ronnie. Thank you for speaking with InCinemas. At which stage did the team decide to go down with these 5 characters or 5 emotions?
Every stage we were thinking that we were going to have maybe as many as 6 emotions for this movie. But every time that we try every kind of emotion, you know, some of them work, but not enough for the movie. It'll work for one gag, it'll work for maybe 1 or 2 sequences, and then it doesn't work anymore. We tried the emotion hope, we tried pride, we tried surprise. All of those characters seemed interesting, but it wasn't quite right for the story.
We did play around with a bigger cast, but it started to get very complex. You were kind of like, wait a minute, who's that? The interesting thing was we talked to a scientist recently who said, out of 270 different scientists around the world, most of them agree on 5 emotions, and they're the same ones that we put in the movie. So that was pretty cool.
Because this story is also inspired by your daughter, so is there a specific scene that it's your story?
A lot of it is based on moments in real life, but is changed quite a bit because, you know, the film goes through all these changes, and what you're trying to do is kind of support the overall thesis of the film. So, you know, there's elements from the film that are taken from real life, but then changed to suit the story, the specifics of the story. But even things like dinner, the dinner scene where everybody's eating and mom's talking and dad's like, and inside he's thinking about something totally different. That may or may not be actually true.
We can fix this. We just have to get back to headquarters.
That's long-term memory. You could get lost in there.
Think positive.
Okay, I'm positive you will get lost in there.
To create how the mind looks like with no prior references or in terms of visual references, how did the team come up to think of long-term memory, the train of thoughts and all that?
Yes, well, when we were creating all the landscapes of Riley's mind world, we consulted with the experts as to what these things are. Memories, we find out, are easier to remember when there is emotion attached to it. You remember something better if you remember it to be a happy, sad, fearful, or upsetting moment. All the other memories that doesn't have quite an emotional touch to them, you forget them easier.
If there's a sequel, which I really hope there will be a sequel,
Oh, yeah.
which other emotions do you hope to bring back?
For me, first of all, sequels are very challenging. They're tricky. You want to have something interesting and engaging and new so that it's not just the first story told over again. It would be tough with this film because you've established that everybody has these 5, and so if more emotions suddenly showed up, I think it might break the story logic a little bit. I think I would probably just stick with the 5 if I were going to do it.